Crazy, right? Maybe we should listen to what Wen has to say. And maybe we've been a little harsh too. You too, Flora? You're all the same.
Lois wants to play a board game, but ROYS wants to play video games. Lois says that they played video games the other day, but ROYS doesn't want to play board games. ROYS tells Lois that he better decide before Maker comes, or else he won't play with him at all.
He's here.
Maker came, and he's got a board game. ROYS says that board games are boring. He says that he just wants to play the cool fighting video game instead, but Maker then says this.
And how do you know this board game is boring if you don't try it? Plus, it allows 3 people to play, whereas your video game only allows 2. Finally, we should take turns choosing what to play. Point made.
Lois agrees with Maker's point, and then ROYS thinks, fine, I'll play the board game. 5 minutes later, ROYS is not even concentrating on the board game. The next day, the kids are suggesting about what to play for recess. Maker has to go to the bathroom, and when he goes to the bathroom, Flora asks Royce if he has a suggestion. Royce then says that he actually does have a suggestion, but it doesn't matter because Maker's not going to like it anyway. Truly asks if everything is okay, and then Royce says that Maker can be bossy sometimes. Royce then says this.
Don't you notice that Maker thinks he's so smart and it has to be his way or the highway? He is smart, but I never realized that he's bossy.
Royce then tells his friends that he thinks that Maker doesn't value their opinions. Uh-oh, Royce is doing that gossiping stuff again. Flora, who clearly has the brain cells of a twig, decides to listen to Royce and then says that Maker's not a good friend. Let me repeat. Flora, who clearly has the brain cells of a rock, decides to listen to Royce. She then says that Maker is not a very good friend. Then, Truly defends Maker by saying that he's not being bossy and just giving suggestions like all of them.
Then why don't we go along with him most of the time? Yeah, Truly, why?
Yeah, Truly, why? That's what you sound like, you toxic gossip, Royce. Truly defends Maker, and then Royce decides to not be friends with her.
I'm back. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, you missed Royce gossiping about you and not wanting to be your friend for no good reason whatsoever. Later that day, Royce and his friends are on the phone, and then Flora says that Truly and Maker are not very good friends, when Royce says that Truly is just like Maker and doesn't value their opinions. Wen is about to defend Truly, but then Royce decides to not be friends with her. He then tells Wen to go be Truly and Maker's friends then. Royce then tells Wen to go be Truly and Maker's friends, and then he sarcastically says that Maker and Truly are so good.
You're just like them too, Wen. Why don't you go be their friends then, huh? Since they're so good.
Wen has to go because her mom's calling her. Royce then tells Flora that it was crazy that Wen defended Truly. Flora says that they should listen to what Wen has to say, and might have also been a little harsh. Royce then decides to not be friends with Flora, and Flora also has to go. Royce thinks, what's the matter with them?
Hi. What's the matter with them?
What a toxic gossip. The next day, Royce asks his friends what they want to play for recess today. Wen says that she just wants to play hula hoop. Truly then says that she's going to play jump ropes. Flora says that she's going to stand over there. Stand over where exactly? And then Maker says that he's going to play basketball by himself. No one wants to play with Royce because Truly told Maker what happened, and now they don't like each other or Royce. Royce then realizes that his friendship is falling apart because he was such a brat that he threw his friendship with his friends in the trash. Royce then makes a smart choice, and then he admits that he was being a little brat and tried to be sneaky and get people on his side. Wen tells Royce that he was being a toxic manipulator, and then Truly makes a good point and says that friends are supposed to lift each other up and not put each other down. Maker then also makes a good point and says that friends are not copies of each other. Maker makes a good point and says that it's okay for friends to not have the same opinion. And then he says that ROYS BEDOYS and... I'm just going to let you say it, Maker, so I don't stutter.
ROYS BEDOYS, it's okay for friends to not agree on everything. We're not copies of each other.
ROYS BEDOYS then apologizes to his friends. He then says that he will not try to do negative things again. ROYS BEDOYS then asks his friends to forgive him. And guess what? The friends actually forgive him. ROYS BEDOYS is open to suggestions and won't put his friends down. And then he asks what him and his friends should play for recess today. Truly suggests basketball, and ROYS BEDOYS says that it's an awesome idea. Let's summarize. ROYS BEDOYS proceeded to gossip about Maker for no good reason whatsoever. He told his friends that he thought that Maker didn't value their opinions, and when Truly defended Maker, ROYS BEDOYS proceeded to not be friends with her. When ROYS BEDOYS was on the phone with his friends, Flora and Wen, he then told them that Truly is just like Maker and doesn't value their opinions and thinks she's right all the time. Flora then said that Truly and Maker weren't very good friends. When Wen was about to defend Truly, ROYS BEDOYS proceeded to not be friends with her. He then told Wen to go be Maker and Truly's friends, and then sarcastically said that Maker and Truly were so good. When Flora said something, ROYS BEDOYS proceeded to not be friends with her. And it was only when ROYS BEDOYS' friends didn't want to play with him that ROYS BEDOYS made a smart choice and admitted that he was being a manipulative brat. ROYS BEDOYS then apologized for his wrongdoing, and then he was open to suggestions. When Truly suggested basketball, ROYS BEDOYS said that was an excellent idea. ROYS BEDOYS is a plonker. Hello everyone, I hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure to subscribe because it really helps my channel grow into a bigger channel.